ranked #1 player, and Melissa Tapper is the world ranked #4 player. Just to say that PARTYKA on away here beat Umran Ertis 3-0, Yang Kwan 3-0, and beat Agam Morabi 3-0. Melissa Tapper on her way here, she's also had to beat 3 players to get to this semi-final stage. So as we prepare for the second game, PARTYKA high-fives her coach, sprints back to the table, well, jogs back to the table. But she's obviously wanting to keep herself up in the spirit. She won the first game 11-9. She'll want to capitalise on that. Whereas Melissa Tapper will know she's in this game. She just lost by the odd point. So it'll be interesting to see how the second game pans out. PARTYKA to serve. Straight away, PARTYKA serving short. Tapper flicked it back to the backhand. PARTYKA came in with the backhand down the line. PARTYKA serves cross court. And again, she's served cross court. Tapper's put it back onto the backhand, but PARTYKA's actually gone down the line. But it's Tapper to serve. 1-0 down and 2-0 down in the game. And now what PARTYKA's doing, she's just giving the ball a bit more air in terms of topspin, makes it more difficult to block the ball on the table. Melissa Tapper 3-0 down. PARTYKA moved round then onto a forehand side, but just missed the block. Tapper blocked the ball really quickly, and PARTYKA missed the ball. So in this semi-final match, it's now 3-1 to PARTYKA in the second game. And there we have it. There was a backhand to backhand exchange on the diagonal, and then very cleverly, PARTYKA just put a bit more topspin into the middle, and Tapper put the ball off the end. She now leads 4-1. Oh, that was a great return from Melissa Tapper. There was a bit of topspin on there. PARTYKA coming through the ball with a bit of reverse topspin. Tapper read that ball really quickly and played it down the line with her backhand very strong and left PARTYKA failing in her wake. So it's now Tapper 4-2 down. A lot of backspin on that return from PARTYKA, and Melissa Tapper just failed to actually pick the ball up. She now trails 5-2. And now that backhand's just missing. She's probably just a bit tense now. She needs to try and relax. PARTYKA taking control of this second game. She now leads 6-2, and she's actually serving. Oh, and Tapper's just missed that return. It came down to a forehand, and she just missed it, so she now trails 7-2. PARTYKA with one serve to come. And again, Tapper's just missed the ball. She just missed timing the ball now. In the first game, she was doing really well, but now she trails 8-2 and is serving. And a missed serve there, just clipped the edge. She's now 9-2 behind in the second game. And again, just misreading the serve, heavy backspin from PARTYKA, and she put the ball into the net with her forehand. PARTYKA serve. And that's a fantastic finish from PARTYKA. She's now in the ascendancy. She takes the second game 11-2, and the world #1, showing why she's world #1 with a commanding performance in that second game. both players going back to their respective coaches. Just to explain in terms of classification, they're both class 10 players, which for them stands to be, they have mild restriction of movement in lower limb or a plain arm, but they both have, both of these players have got very strong arms. Their disability is on the right hand side, so they both play left-handed, but their movement and everything else, their agility is fantastic. They're both world-class players. PARTYKA's gone back to the table already. Melissa Tapper still talking to her coach, listening intently on how to get into this game, because at the moment, if it goes the same way, PARTYKA will actually progress to the final. So Tapper has to get back into this game some way. She has to try and stop PARTYKA getting in with strong shots. She really has to get in first. Sebastian Coe is in the audience as well. He's come to watch the table tennis, which is fantastic. And there we have it. Tapper with a short top spin serve and then a bullet of a forehand down to towards PARTYKA's forehand. And she's tried the same tactic, but she's just missed the end. But I think this is the tactic she needs to employ. She needs to try and get into the rallies first, stop PARTYKA getting in with strong forehand and backhand top spins. And there's great backspin serve from PARTYKA there. Tapper failing to lift it, so she's lost a point. And PARTYKA wins, leads 2-1. And that was a great ball from Tapper, spun it up heavy and then punched it back into PARTYKA's backhand. And now it's 2-2. It's a very bright start from Tapper in this third game. Oh, and she's tried to play that top spin, maybe a bit, trying to force it too much, I think, at the moment. I think she needs to make sure she gets it on the ball on the table, but she's very positive, which is a good thing. And again, she's just, what PARTYKA's doing really well is she's digging that ball with a lot of backspin into the backhand of Tapper, who's just failing to just lift the ball. So it's Poland who lead Australia 4-2. And there you have it, PARTYKA with a traditional backhand top spin and then a forehand down the line. And quite rightly so, I think the Australian coach has called a timeout. PARTYKA punch in the air, she's happy. But obviously this is the crucial point in the match now, because at 5-2 down, Melissa Tapper needs some inspiration. She needs to keep fighting, and I'm sure she'll be getting some words of wisdom from her coach. Meanwhile, the Polish coach is smiling. She's happy with her players' progress so far. She's actually 2-0 up in games and 5-2 up in 2-0 up in games and 5-2 up in this particular game. There are 22 seconds left of the timeout. And I suspect that Tapper will take all those 22 seconds that are left out of the minute. But PARTYKA's gone back to the table already. And she's just towelled down. As I said, the clock is running down. Melissa Tapper high fives her coach, wipes her face with a towel, and then returns to the table. Very crucial after the timeout, she gets a great start. And it's Tapper to serve. She's 5-2 down, one serve to come. Oh, and that just drifted long, and PARTYKA just topspin that heavy back into the Tapper backhand, and she now leads 6-2.
I think it's from here. It's start here, 2-6.
PARTYKA to serve, 6-2 in the lead in the third game. And there, this is just, PARTYKA is so strong on both backhand and forehand wings. She played a backhand and then twitched to a forehand straight away to play a forehand winner down the Tapper forehand. Tapper there just failing to make the grade again, just making the ball go off the end of the table. She now trails 8-2 and she needs to do something quickly if she's to get back in this game. A great top spin, just what we call a dummy top spin. Not a lot of spin on the ball, so PARTYKA didn't know how much was on it, and it went into the net. So she now trails 8-3. Oh, she's just gone wide on the forehand. She wipes the table. She's still bouncing around Tapper, so she still believes she can do something in this game. PARTYKA 9-3 up in the third game. Tapper acknowledges her good fortune there, played a backhand but it clipped the net and it sort of made the ball go a bit funny, and PARTYKA just missed the ball, so she now leads 9-4 PARTYKA with one serve to come. And there we have it, a short backspin serve, but she's very strong with a backhand down the line. PARTYKA now at match point, 10-4 up. And there it is, she punches the air. Melissa Tapper loses the third game, 11-4. PARTYKA advances to the final. She smiles, she actually winks at the coach and gives them a high five, but she knows how difficult that was. She acknowledges her support. There are a lot of Polish supporters in the crowd today. The Polish coach is smiling. They're both happy. She's reached the final. And she